Welcome everyone and good afternoon, and thank you for joining us today, taking time out this afternoon. My name is Reema and I'm from Relo's marketing team. And for those who are new to Relo, so we are a loyalty marketing software tool that allows any restaurant, retail or service owner, anyone who has their brick and mortar store, automate their marketing, create their loyalty program, send WhatsApp campaigns, know their customer data. So we basically help them do end-to-end marketing and help them automate their end-to-end marketing. And today, we basically started doing this webinar series because we realized that a lot of people who want to learn from experts, who want to learn from speakers, but otherwise they don't get a chance to do. So this is our way of giving back to the community. Today, we are going to talk about feedback and testimonials. So customer testimonial and feedback is very, very important for businesses. And what we realize is businesses often struggle with this as well. So when I say struggle, sometimes they don't understand that, how to tackle those feedback, what to do with the testimonials that they get. So these are the things that we often see business owners struggling from. And that's why this webinar today is all about going to be this. So we're going to talk about a few case studies. Okay, let me see. So this is what we're going to talk about today, that why is your customer feedback important for your business? Guys, I think you cannot see my next screen. Just wait. So here you go. So today we are going to talk about, talking about that how important a customer feedback is for your business. So not just positive feedback, not just testimonials, but even any kind of feedback that a customer is giving you is actually important, because then you can implement those feedback into your business, improve your business, and customers also feel that they're being heard. Then the impact of negative feedback and how you can actually transform those negative feedbacks into positives, how you can take advantage of those negative feedback, or how you can turn the table around. The role of positive feedback and testimonials, how you can use those testimonials as your marketing tool if you guys are not doing that already. User generated content is one of the very, very important thing, whether it's a restaurant industry or a retail industry. And again, at the end, we're going to talk about how you can automate all of these processes and make it easier for you. So let's begin. Let's start with few statistics. Now, actually, when we talk about feedback and testimonial, there are 89% of consumers say that reading online reviews is part of their buying journey. And अगर मैं ये statistics consider नहीं भी करूँ, तो भी even if you see yourself, जब आपको भी कुछ online खरीदना होता है, या even when you have to buy or go to a restaurant or select a restaurant कि मैं यहाँ से खरीदूँ, what do you guys do? You either go to their Instagram page, check their images, you see their Zomato, Swiggy reviews, or you see their Google reviews. ये आप देखते हो कि उनको कितना rating मिला हुआ है, and that is actually a part of your decision making process. And that is the reason why online reviews is very, very important. 90% of customers say that they consider reviews before visiting a restaurant. If this 89% stats were a very generic, but if we talk about just restaurant, 90% of consumers, they actually see reviews. And reviews are not just what you see online, wo to hai, but it's also a word of mouth that you get from people. 59% of potential customer, they want to see at least 2 to 3 reviews for your company before making any decision. And that is the reason why it is very important to get those online reviews also. So that is also another thing that we need to take care of. Now, 59% of users won't purchase a product if they won't purchase a product if there are none reviews. So because they feel that वो इतना authentic नहीं है, they feel that because किसी ने अभी तक review नहीं दिया, so they don't know if it's actually the way it looks like. Because images and post and everything can depict a very different story. Now, this is the impact of negative feedback that a business holds. Now, if we talk about stats like we just spoke in the last slide, a single bad review may cost your business up to 22% of its customer, or 22% of your customers. And I'm not just saying bad reviews in the terms of कि उन लोगों ने bad review कहीं पढ़ लिया या कुछ हो गया. The the customers that have visited your business, अगर उनको एक बुरा experience हुआ है and if they want to give a bad review, they will not visit you again. या उन लोगों ने कहीं पे ऑनलाइन बैड रिव्यू पढ़ लिया है तो योर न्यू कस्टमर्स और योर प्रोस्पेक्ट कस्टमर्स would not visit you again, and that is the reason a single this is how a single bad review can affect your business. And there are only two places where they can go and they can give you bad review. If we talk about restaurant industry, it could be Zomato and Swiggy. आज अगर मैं किसी रेस्टोरेंट में गई and I did not like the food quality or service or the environment was not clean, yeah, I just had any random experience that was not nice or right, I have no other place, but मेरे को अगर rant करना है तो मैं Zomato Swiggy पे जाके ही rant करूंगी और कोई जगह नहीं है मेरे पास करने को. So that's another reason why we're going to talk about in next slide, how we can give them a place or give them a space to talk about it. Now we're going to see how we can tackle those negative reviews and how we can convert those into opportunities. So slide में इतनी लिखे, but we're going to talk about what we can do. So here are few points. You acknowledge that feedback promptly. Now when I say acknowledge that feedback promptly, अगर किसी ने आज आपको कोई feedback दिया है, कोई negative review दिया है, and if you're responding that 1 week later or you're responding that 1 month later, तब तक उसका गुस्सा, the angry, whatever the experience that person, whatever the emotion that that customers was going through, would all be gone by then. Yes, they can give negative reviews on Google as well, right? So the thing is that you need to be very much on the top of it. If you receive a negative feedback or a review, make sure that you immediately acknowledge it or you immediately respond it. Now we'll also talk about how do we do that. You can respond it, be very polite, and if you feel कि गलती actually आपकी है, try to apologize and then try to bring them back by actually saying that, give us a chance to improve. Or if there's something जिसमें आपकी गलती नहीं थी, I'll show you a few examples also. If you see something जिसमें आपको लगता है आपकी गलती नहीं थी, so you can try explaining it to them that why this experience happened with them. So see, if you see over here, there's 68% of customers that will leave a business if they don't feel heard. That means अगर उनको गुस्सा आ रहा है and if they want to rant out और वो आपको कोई भी प्लेटफॉर्म पे, whether it's Google, Zomato, TripAdvisor, Swiggy, कहीं भी जाके आपको एक नेगेटिव रिव्यू दे रहे हैं और आप उसको रिस्पॉन्ड नहीं कर रहे, so they won't feel heard and they would not even come back to your business again. The other thing is what you can do is you can use those list of feedback that you receive to identify the areas of improvement in your business. Let's say if somebody is saying that service अच्छी नहीं थी, so you try and you speak to them कि आपको service में क्या अच्छा नहीं लगा, what is that you did not like. My voice is not clear. Guys, सबके साथ ऐसा है? Is everyone not able to hear me properly? Okay. Wait. Does this help? I'm closer to my laptop right now. Does this help? Just quickly write yes in the we can hear. Okay. Okay. Siryani, can you try joining again? Okay. So guys, okay, we were talking about feedback. So you identified those areas for improvement. Let's say अगर आपको constantly बार-बार ये feedback मिल रहा है that the service is not good. So you try to speak to few of those customer कि आपको service में क्या अच्छा नहीं लगा. Like was it that sometimes some examples that we have seen is that the server or the waiter was not able to explain it to them. जैसे अगर मैं कोई dish है, if I see that there's a Caesar salad or if there's some kind of new subs biryani, or if because right now what people do is people try to give innovative name to dishes. So अगर कुछ ऐसा है कि कोई डिश का कॉम्प्लिकेटेड नेम है और कस्टमर को नहीं पता है कि वो क्या है और उनको सर्वर या वेटर एक्सप्लेन नहीं कर पा रहा है, सो दैट कुड ऑल्सो बी अ रीजन कि क्यों उनको सर्विस अच्छा नहीं लगा. So if you know that areas कि ये feedback मुझे बार बार मिल रहा है and this is the reason why this is not going properly, then you can go back and you can train your staff, you can train your waiter, you can train them on your new menu. So that is how you can recognize कि मुझे क्या क्या चीज पे feedback मिल रहा है and what are the areas that I can improve in the business, and that can actually help you because you can go back to the customer and say कि as per your feedback I improve this. ना इससे क्या होता है ना कि वो कस्टमर को भी ऐसा लगता है कि ओके आई हेल्प देम इम्प्रूव देयर बिजनेस, दे फील इंक्लूडेड, दे फील हर्ड, and this also encourages a culture of continuous improvement in your business. It's not boring, you're continuously improving your business. So let's see, I'll show you one example. So if you see this, how to respond negative reviews ka example, there's someone who wrote that coffee was very delicious, but there was too much ice. Now, this is something that we have also often heard people saying, because when you order iced coffee, there's half coffee and half ice. Now, what happens is this is how the brewing ice is made. So, if you see the response, this is they are, because it's not their mistake, they are not apologizing, but they are very politely and very calmly, they are actually giving a reason that as to why their coffee was as per standard, it was not ice. And if they didn't want ice, they can ask the waiter and they can ask to the cafe and they'll make it as per them. So, this is a way of customizing one of your negative reviews. Now, I actually wanted to show you an example or a case study how few of the companies convert those negative feedback into opportunities. So, I'm not sure अगर आप में से किसी को ये KFC के कैंपेन, फ्राइज के कैंपेन के बारे में पता है, but there are a lot of people जिनको KFC के फ्राइज नहीं अच्छे लगते and they constantly say that they are very bad and McD का फ्राइज is very good and KFC का फ्राइज is very soggy and they have no salt and they have no taste. And there was this whole thing going on wherein people were also posting it on Twitter. So what KFC did is KFC took that feedback, converted into a marketing campaign, and they posted everywhere saying that dear KFC users, no one likes our fries and we're going to change it. And they actually kept a funeral for their fries and they relaunched a new fries and they called it like, this is the new fries, new item that we're launching. This is very smartly, they converted all of their negative reviews, all of their negative feedback of their fries into a marketing campaign. And they might have seen fries may, I don't think so you guys are better judge of it, but there's no rocket science when it comes to recipe. They might have changed a thing here or two, but agar wo वैसे ही बोलते कि we have come up with new fries or something, it would not be a very interesting marketing campaign. There's another case study that I wanted to share with you guys. I don't remember the name of the restaurant, but then they usually got a lot of feedback saying that unka chicken, butter chicken mein the pieces of chicken are less. Now they received this feedback twice and thrice. So what they did is they actually increased the pieces of chicken in their butter chicken and they converted into a marketing campaign and they posted all of those snippets of a lot of people giving feedback. Ki, this is what is missing in your butter chicken. And they said, we heard you. And then they launched their campaign saying this is all new, improved, and you tried. So अगर आप उनके customer already है and you go often to their place to and this also goes for like paneer ka sabzi or any other food item that you have, and your customer often buys from you, they would actually buy it again because now you heard them and you relaunched it and you improved it, you took their feedback into consideration and you turned it into a marketing campaign. Now there can be a lot of examples of it. Let's say किसी ने बोला कि मुझे बहुत लंबा wait करना पड़ता है. There's a lot of waiting line that is there in a restaurant every time I come, if it's a weekend or a weekday. Now what you can do is, we've seen a lot of restaurants also do it. Outside wherein there is a waiting area, you either start serving drinks to them, or you either start taking menus, start taking orders from them, or you can give them a menu, ask them that if there's a big group, आप पहले से decide कर लो आपको क्या order करना है, so that when you come to the table, it's easier for you. A lot of time we've seen that they gamify the area. As in जो waiting area होता है, अगर वहाँ पे 45 minutes का भी suppose waiting time है, so that 45 minutes feels a lot when you're hungry, when you're waiting for your seat to get. But in that 45 minutes, if you keep like, very simple Ludo game over there, or if you keep some sort of different board games there, then that 45 minutes to a group who's waiting outside will not feel that long. So अगर आपको पता ही नहीं होगा that this is a pain point of your customer, you will not be able to improve that experience. Now, how it's this thing is going to help you with marketing. Let's say if somebody came to your place or came to your restaurant, and there's a huge waiting line, but you've gamified it. There are board games and they enjoy doing it while waiting outside. They will actually click pictures of it and post it online as well. So this will also give you like a free marketing or a, like a free PR, free Instagram tagging and all of that stuff. So yeah, so these are like few examples that I have in mind that you can actually use to convert your online negative feedback into a marketing opportunity and also make your customers feel heard. Now let's talk about what you guys can do with positive testimonials. So a positive, when you are trying to get a new customer, you've opened a new restaurant. I'm sure a lot of people who've opened a new restaurant or new retail store, whenever they did, it was a lot more difficult to get that new customer, a new prospect into their business because they had to convince them कि हम अच्छे हैं, we have good material product or we have good food, you come to us. But it's much easier to retain your customer. So अगर मुझे एक नया customer acquire करना, I might spend 500 rupees into advertisements or any of those things to convince a new customer to come to my restaurant. But I just need to spend like 100 rupees or 150 in advertising, 5x less to retain my old customer or to convince him to come to my place again. Now, positive testimonial can not only increase trust in your product or your company, but they can potentially lead to increased sales also. Now, you also see what happens is whenever you see a lot of Instagram posts or you see like, let's take a retail brand ka example. So a retail brand comes up with like a new lipstick or a new skincare product. And you're constantly seeing every day there are a lot of people who are using that skincare product or you're using that particular makeup or any product that they've come with. And every second day, you see someone using it and saying, this is amazing, this helped me so much, this is so good. Then kabhi na kabhi to you will also get convinced and you'll feel like, oh, I also want to buy this because I see so many people using this every day. So using those positive testimonials as your marketing campaign can actually create a FOMO within people and will help you convert new customer, will build that brand trust. Same things happen with in case of restaurant cafe. Pick that one USP that your restaurant or cafe has and try to capitalize on that. Try to share more and more testimonials of that particular dish online. People will feel if there are 100 people from the same city trying that food, कुछ तो होगा उसमें and even I want to go and try that. Okay. Now, this is one of the examples of how actually a lot of restaurants use their testimonial on social media. So you can take a picture. All you have to do is, Canva is easily available out there. There are a lot of tools available out there. You can see a lot of templates also Canva mein jo honge. What you have to do is you have to just take all of those positive testimonials that you receive of your brand, of your restaurant, of your retail store, of your service, or any other industry or any business that you're in, and use that to create a marketing campaign, use that to create a social post, and just try to hamper that. Just try to post that and, make a noise about it as much as possible. Now, user generated content. Guys, I see a lot of you posting questions. There's just few more slides left. So I'll take questions at the end of the presentation. So let's talk about user-generated content. What is user-generated content? User-generated content is like, let's say you have a restaurant and there are a lot of people, a lot of user, customer who come to your restaurant or come to your retail store and they post about you. So what you do is you just take their post, you take whatever they're posting, wherever they're tagging you, and then you reshare this on your Instagram. I've taken here Starbucks India ka example one. So if you see Starbucks India, their latest post is almost 80% of their post is user generated content. And I've also taken, so I'm from Ahmedabad, so I've taken two local Ahmedabad brands that we have over here, because a lot of you might feel that, okay, Starbucks is a brand, they can do that. But these two brands also do that. सो रेस्टोरेंट में इट्स एक्चुअली प्रूवन फैक्ट कि अगर एक बहुत ही चीजी पिज्जा है एंड इफ आई शो दैट पिज्जा का चीज पुल अ लॉट एंड इफ आई शो दैट अ लॉट ऑफ पीपल आर यूजिंग दैट इज सो अपीलिंग, वो देख के ही somebody will feel like, oh, I want to have that pizza. Or if you're sharing that maybe a gooey brownie with like a lot of chocolate oozing out of it, if I see something like that which is shared by some other user. Now guys, why user generated content is important too? Because when a restaurant or a retail owner, if I have a retail store and if I have a top or a dress that I'm selling, and if I am posting about it, then of course user know that brand तो अच्छा फोटो क्लिक करके ही पोस्ट करेगा या ब्रांड तो उसको प्रॉपर फोटो शूट करा के ही पोस्ट करेगा and all of that. But actually now when that user themselves post about it, they feel that it's very authentic because it's brand ने कुछ edit करके post नहीं किया, it's the user का photo that they are sharing. And the same applies to restaurant as well, and the same applies to retail store as well. And that is the reason why user generated content feels more authentic. So yeah, and if you've also seen a lot of retail brands also, they'll have all of these highlights with all of those users wearing their same dress, because then customer also feel like okay, how this looks and on different people, on different body types, and so on and so forth. The sort of rule of thumb is that you use 80-20 ratio. 80% should be your user generated content, and your 20% remaining can be post about whatever your new menu, your new launches, your new offer, or you can talk about your dish, you can talk about recipe, like you can talk about anything. But let's say if this week I've decided that I'm going to do 10 posts, out of those 10, at least 7 to 8 should be a user generated post. But how do I encourage those guests to take users? So basically, one, of course, is if we are talking about a restaurant, then your plating, how do you present your food, how do you present your plate, and all of that is of great importance. It makes a difference. How do you present it? आप उनको कैसे दे रहे हो? Automatically, they will feel like, okay, I want to click a photo before eating. I may want to show it to people. How your ambience looks around. Maybe आपने अपने restaurant में कोई ऐसा selfie booth रख दिया, या there is simply a wall on your restaurant which has like a very beautiful wallpaper, which makes a very good background for somebody to click photos. So these are few things wherein you can sort of encourage users to take those photos. आप टेबल टॉप पे ऐसे स्टैंड ही रख सकते हो wherein your Instagram account का handle is like very visible out there. So people won't have to do the mehnat, make that effort of finding a brand's Instagram handle. So like we discussed in the previous slide already, it sort of builds trust and it humanizes your restaurant brand. And when we talk about retail store as well, you can encourage those users whenever they make a purchase, you can encourage those users to share their photos with you. And you can just ask them that if you don't mind, can I repost this photo? So that also shows कि it's आप अपना कपड़ा, if you're a retail store, of course, you're going to show your product very beautifully. But when there's an actual user, actual customer wearing that, that makes a difference. Now, if you guys have experienced whenever you shop from Myntra, Nike, Ajio, or anywhere, even all of these brands try to send you an email at the end of the purchase saying that if you like the product, please rate us, please upload a photo. And there are few brands who will also tell you that if you rate us, we'll give you 50 points, we'll give you 70 points. Every brand, whether it's a restaurant brand or a retail brand today, they actually want their customers to tell them to share photos, to share their experience with them as much as possible. You can consider running some contest with poll. You can run some campaigns that would encourage them to share their photo. Like if you came up with, let's say, a new menu item which is very cheesy or chocolatey or something that is very different, you tell them that the best photo would win like a free dish, or a best photo will win something. So that will sort of encourage users to come and click photos. So these are few ways wherein you can encourage users to basically click photos and share their experiences with you. Now we're going to talk about how we can automate all of these process. So we also have those are already in growth, users are already aware about the feedback process that we have. But what Relo does is, if you're using Relo and if somebody comes to your business, your restaurant, cafe, retail store, and they purchase something, they would receive a message like this. If you have a loyalty program active, they would receive a message saying that here's your reward program, here's your points and all of that stuff. And when they see and click on see rewards, a very simple page will open wherein they can talk about how their experience was. And if they share that their experience was good, let's say किसी ने 4 or 5 ही बोला, the happy face, they selected happy faces, then you ask them that, how did you like our experience? You can also ask them that, where did you hear about us? Because उससे आपको पता चलेगा कि what part of your marketing is working. And if they say that their experience was good, if they leave you a positive feedback or a good testimonial, then you can redirect them to wherever you want, either your Google reviews ka page, Zomato ka page, Swiggy ka page, or anywhere that you want. Now, this will automate your process wherein you don't have to go to them again and again and ask them for their feedback, ask them for their testimonial. What you can also do is to encourage them to give your feedback. You can give them some bonus points. Like we were talking about all of these brands, Nykaa, Ajio, Myntra. A lot of those brands does that. That if you give us, positive feedback, Myntra also does that. So if you give us a testimonial or if you rate us, we'll give you some points that will be added in your wallet. So you can also do that. You can give them some 50 cashback or some points as per whatever loyalty program that you're using. Now, what if they give you negative feedback? So, if they give you a negative feedback, then, like we spoke about, that one way to handle negative feedback is to actually instantly, promptly reply them. Now, what will happen is if somebody gives you a negative feedback on your Zomato, Swiggy, or Google review का account, or your Google का account, what will happen is आप उसको एक हफ्ते बाद देखोगे, एक महीने बाद देखोगे. Because I'm busy right now, I am running a business and I'm doing all sorts of things. So if somebody is giving me a negative review or a feedback on Zomato, I'll check my Zomato after 2-3 days whenever I get free. It won't be instant. But over here, अगर कोई आपको negative feedback दे रहा है, तो instantly आपको WhatsApp पे alert आएगा that hey, this person gave you a negative feedback. And when you click on check details, what will happen is instantly an landing page will open wherein you can see the details of that person completely. कि उसने क्या लिखा है negative feedback में, what was his bill amount, what did he buy, what did he purchase. So that gives you more free hand to either call that person directly or you can also reach them out via our platform. So this is a new feature that is in beta testing right now. You'll also see a take action ka icon over here, and you can instantly choose them to send them a WhatsApp message, an apology message, which can or can be without a report. अगर कोई, if you feel that it's a very genuine mistake that happened from your side, you can choose to apologize and give them like a 15% off or a free item, or maybe add points to their loyalty wallet and something. Or you can also choose to just send them a message that talks about, hey, we are sorry. And we would like to, we are sort of making improvements within our business to help you do that. And we hope that you give us another chance and, come back to our business. Can you explain previous slide? Okay. Is this one, Abhishek, that you're asking, how to collect feedback? Okay, so Abhishek, what will happen is if you're using a Relo, our platform, and if you have that integrated with your business, now what will happen is, जैसे ही कोई customer आपके, so do you have a restaurant or do you have a retail store, Abhishek? सो रेस्टोरेंट, सो जैसे ही कोई कस्टमर आपके रेस्टोरेंट में आएगा और आप जैसे उसका बिल अपने पॉस में क्लोज करोगे, अपने सिस्टम में क्लोज करोगे, दैट कस्टमर विल ऑटोमेटिकली रिसीव अ मैसेज लाइक दिस, दैट यू सी इट ऑन द लेफ्ट हैंड साइड, दैट डियर कस्टमर, वेलकम टू, जो भी आपके रेस्टोरेंट का नाम है, लेट्स से एबीसी, सो वेलकम टू एबीसी रेस्टोरेंट रिवॉर्ड प्रोग्राम. This is the points that you've earned. Explore your rewards and share feedback. The moment that customer clicks on the see rewards, there's a screen that will come. They will be able to see rewards and then they can rate you. And it's very simple. So this is very self-explanatory. We are making it sort of easy for them. If their experience was very good, very amazing, they can rate you as this happy heart. They can rate you as smile. Or if their experience was not good, they can rate you from these three things. Now you can ask them that what was good about our experience or what was bad about our experience. So they don't have to even type. They can write food अच्छा था, ambience अच्छा था, ये service अच्छी नहीं थी या clean नहीं था. And you can customize this within our platform. And if they give you a good feedback, then you can redirect that person that we are very happy that आपको हमारा feedback अच्छा. Would you also like us to share your feedback on, let's say आपने Zomato डाला है Google review, Google की जगह. So you can redirect them to a Zomato page, or you can redirect them to your Google's का page, Google business का page. So what will happen is that you don't have to go back to them again and again and tell them that please share, please give your feedback on our Google page, or please give your feedback on our Zomato page. We have a lot of brands who are currently using these feedback, and they have got hundreds of Google reviews and hundreds of Zomato reviews redirected to their page. So if I am, let's say, searching a restaurant online, that a biryani restaurant near me or an ice cream restaurant near me, so the restaurant that has like more than 100 plus reviews or more than 50 plus reviews, of course, I will prefer that more. So that's why having those reviews on your Zomato or Google or Swiggy is important. And if in case they give you a negative feedback, let's say किसी ने ये 1, 2, 3 ये तीनों में से किसी icon पे click किया, then you will receive an alert instantly on your phone. So let's say Abhishek, आपको आपके WhatsApp पे एकदम से alert आएगा रीलो से that this person gave you a negative feedback and was not happy. Then you can either choose to call them directly, because their phone number will be displayed here too. So you can either choose to call them directly and tell them, hey, we heard that आपका ये experience अच्छा नहीं था and we are really sorry and we want to make improvements. And if the mistake was not yours, you can actually explain it to them also what went wrong or what happened. And if you do not wish to call, you can directly send them a WhatsApp message within the system itself. I hope that helps. Yeah. So, and if they share all the positive feedback that they're sharing, all the positive testimonials that your customers are sharing, you will get a list of all of those positive feedback, and you can directly choose to share it to your Instagram account, your Google account, your Facebook account. Set the background color of your brand's background color. So like we were saying, user generated content. So this is your way of sharing all the good feedback, all the good, amazing, positive testimonials that you have received to your Instagram account. Let's say मैं आपको follow कर रही हूँ. Let's say Abhishek का ही we take example of his restaurant. So I'm following Abhishek's Instagram restaurant. And I see every day 2 people on his Instagram saying that his pastry was amazing, the brownie was very gooey, the brownie was very chocolatey. Maybe a day or two later, and if I see that every day, I'm like, "Aisa to kya is brownie mein? I want to have it." And that's the impact that a positive feedback can have on your business. Now, this is what you see on your dashboard when it comes to feedback. So initially, if you remember, over here in this screen, हम सब users से पूछ रहे थे कि आपको क्या अच्छा लगा और क्या अच्छा नहीं लगा. So you would see a report like this on your dashboard, wherein you can see that, okay, a lot of people like your service, but a lot of people don't like your item quality, or a lot of people like your ambience, but a lot of people didn't like your ambience, but they like the service. So अगर मुझे 100 लोगों ने feedback दिया या 100 लोगों ने rate किया, so out of those 100, there were 80 people who liked my service, and there were like about 50 people who didn't like my ambience. Now, why this is an opportunity? I can actually either call those 50 people, I can see what they didn't like about my ambience or what, and I can try and make those chota changes in my ambience or chota changes in my business. Now, and I can also market that saying that this is the changes that we did and we heard you. So you would see all of your rating breakdown. Where did they hear about us? So you know that, okay, a lot of my customers are walk-in customers and a lot of my customers are coming from Swiggy. So अगर मेरे Swiggy से ज़्यादा आ रहे हैं, so maybe I want to increase my walk-in. या अगर मेरे website से ज़्यादा आ रहे हैं, तो I'll increase my marketing budget on my website more. It'll also tell you how your rating has went over the year. So this is a very demo graph. So you're not seeing it right here. But let's say over the time period, my positive ratings are constantly increasing. So you would see over here this graph going like this, that my positive ratings have increased, as in my business is doing good. I'm taking feedback, I'm implementing that feedback, and that is what is happening. Similarly, if you see, like we saw, so you can see all of those feedback, a positive, negative, what did that customer write about you on one single dashboard, and then reach out to them if they were negative, or maybe just post all the positive feedbacks. So this is the kind of breakup of the feedback and testimonial data that you get. Okay, guys, that was it about from my side. I'm happy to take any questions that you guys have. I'm just picking one, the questions chat may say. Okay, Harshvardhan is asking that when you run campaigns, how do you know you're running the right campaign? Example, butter chicken campaign, how much to spend? So, Harshvardhan, the butter chicken campaign that was there. Guys, I'm just stop sharing my screen so I can see all of you. Okay. So, Harshvardhan, if you're there, if you're still there on the call, so the butter chicken campaign that I talked about, that was a feedback related campaign. As in, they say there were a lot of people, a lot of customers जो उनको बोल रहे थे कि आपके butter chicken में the quantity of chicken is less, the pieces of chicken is less. If it's for 4 people, I see there are only 2 or 3 pieces. So then, because there are a lot of out of 100 customers who rate you, अगर 80% of those customers ने बोला है that the amount of chicken was less in your campaign, then that feedback is something to be considered. Then you convert that into a campaign and you know that's right because out of 100, more than 50% of your customers are saying the same thing. And about your question, how much do you spend? Now, that completely depends upon how big of a campaign that you're running. Let's say if you're a single store campaign and आपका एक ही city में है, and if this is how it goes, then you can probably put in 200, 300, or 500 per day on Facebook. If you're running that campaign on Facebook, we see that you have campaign in more than 2, 3 areas, then you need to increase your budget. So it completely depends upon what your goal is, आपके कितने stores हैं, where your area is located, and how much footfall are you expecting. And like I said, how to target the right audience, that also completely depends upon it. So if you're situated in ABC area and if you want people of those area to come to your restaurant, then I would just target 5 kilometers around my area or 10 kilometers around my area. And if my restaurant is situated some other area and my restaurant serves like a very, I know that it's priced at semi medium, it's high from what it's there in industry standard, then I would target and pick the areas in my city where I know that my target audience is there who would like to spend so much. If let's say I have a cafe or a small restaurant chain that is serving like snacks sort of thing, then I would target maybe college area around to come to my restaurant. So it completely depends upon आप क्या sell कर रहे हो, if you're selling a dessert or if you're selling some dish or something, that's all. I hope that answers your question. I know restaurants have a lot of fake reviews. This possible to get, is it recommended? So I do know that the restaurants do that. We don't recommend it. I'm not sure if it's possible to get because we don't engage in such kind of things. But yes, I do agree that sometimes restaurants do get a lot of fake reviews. But I don't think so that you should do that. I think if you run like a proper campaign and if you actually answer those feedbacks very politely, if you take care of your customers, reach out to them instantly, they would become your loyal customers and you would need any fake reviews. And it's just not about taking reviews, it's about taking action on those reviews as well. You know, like अगर कोई आपके restaurant में आया and if it did not like the service, they did not like the staff or something that sort happened, then what you can do is you can just reach out to them, tell them sorry, tell them we are trying to improve. So वो customer जो आपका customer नहीं था, वो अब आपका customer बन जाएगा. Guys, I see a lot of you guys are leaving. So I'm sharing a form. So anyone who wants to know anything in detail about Trello, you can actually fill your details in the form and our team will reach out to you. Siarani saying informative and knowledgeable session. Thank you so much. Okay, Lenovo, I'm not sure your name is not coming in the chat, but feedback alert SMS are only available on WhatsApp or SMS only. Can we use text message? Yes, absolutely. You can use text message. We showed you a WhatsApp ka example, but you can use SMS, you can use WhatsApp, you can use email also as your channel. Usually we recommend WhatsApp better because customers respond to that more, but we do have a lot of brands to SMS we use kare and it's working amazingly for them. So it depends your budget, how much of the customers that you see coming in every day, we can work around that. Is it recommend to reply to every review on Google, even a positive one? So Rajesh, yes, I feel agar positive hai, so you can just reply by saying thank you, we loved having you over, or a very shorter, simple, short message, because it just gives them a sense of आपने किसी को आज office में गए and you just complimented someone. And what if that person doesn't respond to you? If that says thank you, it just feels very included. It's a brand connection that they make. So understand that if it's a positive one, it's not required to write a big message, but we can just make like standard 3-4 messages हम लिख के रख सकते हैं जिससे हम respond करेंगे. Just thank you and we loved having you over. Thank you. Do visit us again. इस type के 2-3 messages we can just keep it handy and we can reply all of them with those messages. How do we know from Relo that after going to Google, customers has posted feedback? So, Madhuri, that's a very interesting question. We do not know that. We cannot make sure that that happened. But that sort of is one step, because if you are organically going to customers when they are at your restaurant to give them a Google link, ask them to give reviews, stand on their head. So we have often seen that that's a very bad experience for them because it puts them under a peer pressure. But if organically वो आपकी cafe में bill generate हुआ, घर गए, they left your cafe, they're very happy, and then if they receive a link, we see that people do give reviews, people do give testimonial. And you can just tell your staff that, आप उनको बोलो that thank you so much, we hope you enjoyed your experience. And you will receive a short message. Can you please review us if you like your service? It will really help us improve better. ऐसी सारी चीजें कस्टमर को सुन के अच्छा लगता है ना, कस्टमर करते भी हैं. Thank you so much, Abhishek. Thanks, Mahi. You mentioned the campaign I want to run depends on my business location, etc. But keeping all this in mind, is there a general framework that you've heard on? So there's not a general framework that I've heard on, but feedback taken, what we'll do, Harshvardhan, is we'll try to keep another session wherein we can try and talk and explain more about how to run marketing campaigns for your Facebook or for your Instagram. I hope that helps. I think this is a request that we have received from a lot of people, and we'll try to do that. We'll try to keep a session on paid ads and advertisements in Facebook and Instagram. Let's see, just keep an eye on our Instagram account, and if you're part of our WhatsApp group, कोई भी ऐसा सेशन या कुछ आने वाला होता है, we usually post it on our WhatsApp group. I'll put the link over here. You can just sign up. Webinar के अलावा we don't post anything in that WhatsApp group, so we don't spam. Okay, right. So awesome, Harshvardhan. Then we'll try to arrange a session of that. Abhishek, I've shared the link. So, guys, for all of those who are still in the webinar, I'm just sharing the link of the form again. आप ये Google form भर सकते हैं for anyone who wants to know anything about the product more. और feedback का मैंने बहुत ज़्यादा briefly बात किया है, but if anyone who wants to know in detail about those feedback or wants a product demo, you can fill the form and our team will get in touch with you. Guys, if nobody has any question, I'll sign off. We'll upload the recording of the session by tomorrow. And once the recording is up, we'll post it on our WhatsApp group, or you can subscribe to our YouTube channel. Thank you so much everyone for attending. And for anyone who wants to know more about anything in detail, आप वो form भर सकते हैं, Google form, the one that we have posted in chat, and our team will get back to you.